And here we are, a minute late in the game. Let's get it. All right. Being very quiet because my daughter is asleep right next to me, so I'm having the microphone right up to my face. I hope you can hear me. I hope it doesn't cut out. Let's take a look, make sure we got everything going. Um, yeah, again, doing some switcheroos a little bit. And yeah, it's on and popping. So yeah, atomic goals, y'all. I've talked about atomic habits multiple times, right? And now we're going to talk about the atomic goal, right? The atomic goals. And basically, that's just taking the same concept, but applying it to your goals, right? And so if you have a massive goal, and let's go with Mindset Matters goal, right? Our goal is to change the world, right? That's the ultimate goal. But change the world in what? Well, we're looking to help everybody to set their mind on bettering the earth and themselves and each other, right? That's the main overall general broad view goal. But where do you begin? Because there's a whole bunch of different stuff that we have to abide by and look at and consider and all of that stuff, right? And so um, we're gonna break it all the way down to the most simplistic form. And what is that? You know, if you have this grand idea, you have this great goal, what is one of the first steps that you would be able to take to go in the direction of what you're trying to do? Something specific like this. Well, for me, it was, oh, okay, well, I need to establish a business. I need to establish a movement for this, for what I'm trying to put out there. And so that was one of the very first things of taking the step of going in this direction of trying to change the world's perception and thought process and mindset, right? Because our mission is to help you guys to find your purpose, right? Helping the world to find its purpose. And the purpose, one of the main purposes is taking care of this home, taking care of this planet, taking care of each other. That is one of the main purposes. And somewhere we got lost around that. Somewhere in all of the money and trying to become rich and famous and all of this stuff, it's all convoluted because there's areas where, oh no, they don't have water. How is that possible when we don't even think about getting water. You go to the gas station, you get a bottle of water, you waste water, you throw it out the window, you leave it in your car in Arizona in a summertime and it gets freaking 115 degrees. You gotta throw it out because you can't drink the water after that, right? We're so wasteful we don't think about these things, right? You got electricity, we got lights, I got the Wi-Fi. That's very reliable. Uh we have food. I can go get some snacks. I can literally go to a tree and pick off grapefruits here and stuff like that. Okay, there's so much that we can take for granted here in this area of the world that we don't consider where people are having difficulty and then actually trying to. There are people out there that are putting in work and stuff like that, and we decide to contribute to those organizations like water and then water and the other one I forgot the other one that I'm contributing to, but I can look right here real quick because I want you guys to actually look these people up. Oh yeah, the new one because we just switched it up. So the other one is water. This one is Black Girls Code. So it's teaching young Black women how to code, and it's very interesting. We're following them on Instagram now, but not to get too far off topic. Um, again, that's another smaller part of the main goal of things, right? So if I go to that's on the Mindset Matters page for the Black Girls Code. If I go on my profile, I'm supporting the charity of water, and they are on a mission. And if you go to their Instagram page, which I just followed them not too long ago. I encourage you guys to look at what they're doing because they are helping to solve this problem, and these are the type of people that I'm looking for. Um, so let's take a look at what they say. They say we believe in a world where everyone has clean water. All right, so if you break it down, right, because we can't take on everything, right? You can't take on everything. So I want to save the world. Mindset Matters wants to save the world, right? If you feel like that, you like, "Ah, I want to do so much. I want to save everybody, right? First of all, you got to break it all the way down to what can you do? How can you contribute first and foremost? And so you can find organizations like this and then you can contribute to them and help them on their in their journey as well. And at the same time, you can learn about the different things that they're doing and then possibly get involved, right? That's breaking that massive, massive goal that you may have of like, oh yeah, I want to make sure everybody, has an opportunity for X, right? Everybody has this opportunity. You want to break it all the way down to, okay, well, who's already doing this? How can I look at this? Who has these examples out here that I can follow first and foremost? And so that was one of the things that I was like, that's something that I really desire for everyone to have the ability to do is at least have the basics, food, clothing, and shelter at the very least, right? And so that's what I started doing. I started looking for particular organizations to contribute to so that I can play my part on a micro scale of this is my main larger goal of being an organization that actually does the same thing that they do, actually go out to places, help them out, maybe bring water, ship the water, however that process goes. But right now, with where I am in the process and the knowledge that I have about the process, I got to start off with the micro, and that's what you do. And then you build upon that. You build upon that. So, okay, charitable contributions is one step towards that goal. And so that's where, if you have the capability of doing that, that's where you can start. But there's a bunch of different places, even if you don't have, monetary resources, there's a bunch of different ways that you can actually still contribute, as far as the plastic bottle water and that whole game. And then you got the water tribe with the water priestess and that whole system and how they turn your actual water coming out of your sink good, right? And then people give out that water, right? There's so many different avenues. You got to break it all the way down though. You got to break it all the way down to the micro so that one, it doesn't overwhelm you, and two, so that you can feel like you're moving in that direction. Because if you don't feel like you're moving in that direction and you just have these dreams and all these aspirations, it's gonna kind of demoralize you because you're gonna feel like, man, I wish I could, when you actually can. You just got to break it down to a more simplified manner of starting the process off of you getting involved with that. I hope that makes sense, y'all, because it's the exact same concept that James Clear wrote with Atomic Habits and you building habits. You can do that with everything. You can atomically compound whatever you're trying to do and break it all the way down to the very smallest form so that you can start to feel progressive, because that's one of the main things that we want to feel as human beings. We want to feel progressive. We want to feel like we're actually doing something towards what we want to contribute to or what we want to do in our lives. And if you don't ever feel that, or if you feel inadequate in doing so, it's gonna make you feel a little unworthy. It's gonna make you feel a little worthless. Like, dang, dude, well, I wish I could, blah, 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 but I got this. And then that will start to slowly put you in a depressive state. We want to avoid that as much as possible because that's a self-deprecating thing. That's you actually depressing yourself when there's a number of different avenues, right? This is why I say focus on the good, because it's so easy to be like, oh, well, I don't have anything, so I can't do anything, right? And that is the wrong way to think about it, because we always can do something. And I like this. Um, What's up, Zach? What's up, Jill? Jill, right here. There is a charity, Miles. Oh, this is the run. There's a charity, Miles, where they donate for every mile you walk, run, or cycle. Costs you nothing. See, these are, and Jill, that's what's up. Because these are things that sometimes you just don't see and you don't know of until you want to take that micro step, right? It's got to be a micro step. If you don't have any money, right? If you don't have any money, okay, what things are free out here that I can do that maybe helps contribute towards a cause that I believe in? And that is where you start. That's why, it's funny. I was looking at this post um from this one dude, I forgot his name real quick. um Valuetainment, entrepreneur Patrick Bet David. Um, it's funny because I just talked about how money really doesn't matter, and sometimes that can be taken out of context, right? It's like, oh no, and I'm looking at his post this morning, and it's funny because I just talked about that yesterday. I'm like, dude, watching this, but anyway, um, people are what matter, right? It's people and relationships over money is really what I was trying to say, but I guess I didn't articulate it correctly. Because the monetary money matters to a certain degree, but people they put it over everything, right? And it's like, oh, if you don't have money, blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, dude, but people can what these people are getting, what is it, Andrew Tate, Kanye West, these people banks are shutting them down. Your money's no good here, so then what the heck good is money? You see what I'm saying? Like it's not even, that doesn't matter. That really doesn't freaking matter, dude. It's like, you've ever heard that your money's no good here, and then it's like, so okay, you got a bag full of money, what does it mean if you can't go to the specific place that you're trying to go to and actually shop or trade? If your money's no good there, then that means it don't mean nothing, right? I mean, in essence, that's what I'm talking about. It's about us coming together as people, and the resources that we have up here and the relationships we create between us is what matters. That's what matters. And that's why people's mindset needs to shift, because I get it. If you got a bunch of money, you think you can make a bunch of moves, you paying a bunch of people, which is great. I'm not saying that anything's wrong with that, but sometimes you can get so lost in the oh, I'm sending this out, I'm giving this to people, that you don't realize that the only reason it circulates is because of people. That's the only reason why it is a thing. That's the only reason why it matters, is because people make it matter. So the people and relationships are greater than money. And that's the idea that I was trying to get across. Um, Without really saying that in detail, because I mean, I only had 30 minutes on the TikTok live yesterday. But that's the idea. It's like, let's not get so hung up on that idea that, oh, you gotta have money, there's money, 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 money. It's like, there's a lot that can be done without it. And again, that's what Jill was talking about. And that's why these nonprofits are set up and stuff like that, is because it's really about building a movement, a community, an understanding, an idea, a vision, right? That's what really matters. And then everything else is going to come along with it, right? The resources, the funds, the money, the people, and all of that. It has to be a unified thought between us collectively. And that's what makes things happen, not money, not money. And I stand on that, y'all. I stand on that 100%, because logically, that is the truth. That is the truth of the matter. That's what actually goes down when you think about it and you break it down systematically. What how everything is ran. It's through individuals, right? And they are the decision makers and they're the relationship builders. Money doesn't build relationships. Money doesn't it build people. You can say it influences people, but it only influences people because people make it matter. That's what I was saying with that. Don't mean to get too sidetracked, but the last thing that I wanted to give y'all is, again, if you have this large goal, also recognize it's gonna be a stretched out. I like to use my edits, and for the people that edit now on TikTok and all of this stuff, you'll kind of understand it. You can stretch out the timeline to be way longer, and you can break down a second into the milliseconds, right, when you're editing and chop things up. And when you do that to your goal, when you do that to your goal, it's gonna appear like a long time. It is. It's gonna appear like a very long time. This is a marathon. But in the grand scheme of things, we don't even live for a long time. Okay. Everybody says life is short, right? So, really, this journey isn't going to be something that is like taking forever. If you truly believe in something, it's just it's just a process, and you have to continue with the process and break it down to small steps of progression, like micro steps of progression. And that's what's going to carry you through to be able to have that progressive feeling. Because if you don't have that progressive feeling, it's going to make you feel depressed. And you don't want to feel like that, because then that's where all the stops happen, or the start and stop, and or the totally the abandonment and all of that stuff. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with today. Didn't want to go too far. I hope a lot of this made sense. I know I got off topic, but um, thank you guys very much for being on here, that we're able to be on here. Have a fantastic rest of the day. I will be going live every Monday night at 9 o'clock on Mindset Matters on TikTok. So if you guys want to catch that, um, and I think I may drop Thursdays on this because I gotta be adaptable. I gotta be adaptable, and certain things will change, but that's okay, because that's just how life goes, guys. Things change, and you gotta adapt to all situations. Because I mean, with me having my kids and everything, this is becoming to be a bit much, so I have to reorganize. But thank you guys again for being on here. I really truly appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Remember to focus on the good. Remember that mindset matters more than anything else. Mindset matters more than anything else. Have a fantastic rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next time. Anytime. Out.